This is going to be a quick guide for Frost DK in The War Within. Looking at the set bonus quickly first, it's the Exhumed Centurion's Relics. Your runic power spending abilities deal more damage, and consuming runic power has a chance to increase your strength by 10% for 8 seconds. Very, very simple there. We're starting off with the Mythic Plus rotation, and both of these, Mythic Plus and Raiding that being, are going to use the Death Bringer hero talent. It starts with Reaper's Mark, which is a cooldown we can use on cooldown. Viciously slice into the soul of your enemy, dealing damage and applying Reaper's Mark. Each time you deal frost or shadow damage, a stack of Reaper's Mark is going to be added to the enemy, and that can stack up to 40 stacks when it will explode. Reaper's Mark travels to an unmarked target nearby if the target dies, etc. This all enhances it, etc, etc. And then Exterminate. After Reaper's Mark explodes, your next 2 obliterates, cost a rune, and you summon 2 scythes to strike your enemies. The first scythe strikes your target for shadow damage and has a chance to apply Reaper's Mark, and the second strikes all enemies around your target. So we're starting off with the Mythic Plus rotation. You're going to go in, first of all, using Frost Strike to, get things going. Using Empower Rune Weapon on cooldown. Empowering a rune weapon, you gain 15% haste and generate a rune and 5 runic power instantly and every 5 seconds. You can use this on cooldown. Then, next thing on the priority list is Death and Decay. Make sure you are standing in this, and obviously you want the enemies to be in it as well. Why is that? Corrupts the ground beneath you, doing damage, but also while you are standing in it, your Obliterate, which is this ability here, will actually hit 2 additional targets. That's a brutal attack that deals physical damage. Next up, we have Howling Blast. Make sure you keep this up on the target to apply Frost Fever. So keep that Frost Fever dot damage over time up on your enemy at all times. You will sometimes see your Obliterate is actually going to proc here. This is from something called Killing Machine. Your auto-attack critical strikes have a chance to make your Obliterate deal frost damage and critically strike. And when you see this proc on your Howling Blast, you're going to use it at this point in the priority list. That is called Rhyme, which is over here. Obliterate has in turn a chance to make your next Howling Blast consume no runes and deal triple damage. So use it here in the priority list to apply Frost Fever. Then just use Frost Strike to basically spend our runic power. Howling Blast is used here if it has a Rhyme proc. And then we're using Frost Strike here if we have nothing else to press. Then we've got our cooldowns. Pillar of Frost increases your strength. Use this with Raise Dead. You can raise a ghoul, to fight for you for an entire minute every 1.5 minutes. Again, pair this with your Raise Dead and Pillar of Frost together. Remorseless Winter will do AoE damage and slow everyone. Use that on cooldown. Use your Reaper's Mark and your Abomination Limb on cooldown, and pretty much same with your Frostworm's Fury. And that is pretty much going to be the Mythic Plus rotation. It really is fairly simple in The War Within. Now moving over into the Raid rotation, you'll see it is very similar. We're only changing a few very specific talents. So going in, again, we're going to be applying our Frost Strike whenever we can. There we go. And that is going to be keeping up our Unleashed Frenzy and Icy Talons. Same in Mythic Plus, really. Unleashed Frenzy, damaging an enemy with runic power abilities increases your strength, and it can stack 3 times. And Icy Talons, I like to show in here. Oh, actually, I can't see it in there, can I? Of course not. Icy Talons, attack speed is increased by 6%, and runic power spending abilities deal Shadow Frost damage. Use your Empower Rune Weapon the same, use Obliterate procs, etc. Use Soul Reaper when the enemy is at below 35% health. It will do damage and then explode, but only when below 35% health. Use your Howling Blast to keep up Frost Fever still. Use Frost Strike if you have less than 2 runes. Use Howling Blast if you have Rhyme, and use Frost Strike if you've got nothing else to press. And same again, just use your cooldowns whenever they are available. And that is the quick guide for Frost DK in The War Within. If you would like a full, much more in-depth guide, check out the pinned comment, and in the description I have a link to my other channel where I've done my full in-depth guide for Frost Death Knight. You can also join the Patreon to get class and spec macros for The War Within, my LVY profiles, and get any VIP support in Discord that you may need. Apart from that, you can get other quick guides by checking out this playlist here.